Hey, want to tell you guys this story on my first job in New York. I was at this time that I'm talking about. I was probably like 21, and my job was in a bakery, uh, bread bakery. They made all kinds of uh, breads that are only known in New York by the names. We used to make Italian bread, French bread, Kaiser rolls, ambassador rolls, hoagie rolls, club rolls, and some other types of bread. We used to make these handmade these they call it hero rolls. They're somewhere like 6 foot long, depend sizes. So and through the my process of learning there, I learned all that kind of bread working. And I was young, 21. I was fast. I was good, energetic, and the people that had the bread routes, they were independent. Uh, they owned their route independently. So they had a contract with the bakery, and every night we packed their orders in different racks, and by 2 a.m. in the morning, they start rolling in, start loading their trucks to go make the deliveries. And there was this guy, this man, the, he developed, uh, you know, friendship with me. His name was Jimmy. I forget his last name, but he was Italian. But he spoke Spanish, of course, because to communicate with me, he had to do it in Spanish. I didn't speak English. And so one day, Jimmy, after months of us talking and developing a friendship, he said to me, he says, Pablo, he said, I want to bring my daughter to meet you. I want her to, I want you to meet her. You know, I didn't even know he had a daughter. Uh, he said, I'm gonna bring it tonight, tomorrow morning. This was the night before. He said, to help me with the, gather my bread but I'm bringing her to meet you. He was direct on point. He says, I'm going to present it to you, but I cannot do anything else. You're going to have to do the talking. and, I, and I said, that she speaks Spanish? He said, nope, but you have to figure it out. I cannot help you with that. So I didn't believe him. The next morning, the next, day, at like 1 a.m. in the morning, he shows up with this beautiful, I mean, beautiful Italian girl. Ah, and he goes straight to me where I was working. I was slicing bread on a slicer, and he introduced it to me. And the most I can blob was hi. So she say hi, give me, shake my hand, and we just kind of, and Jimmy laughed. He laughed us there. And we kind of just stare at each other. And I didn't know what to do. How am I going to communicate with her? And I was like so mad at myself. I was like angry, why I have this opportunity and I cannot even communicate with this beautiful girl. Her father, it's obvious, wants me to, you know, get to know her. And so she, said something, checked my hand again, and went and joined her father, gathered the bread. And so the next day, I told Jimmy, I said, look, I'm sorry, but I couldn't talk to your daughter. He said, yeah, I know. And she realized too. Um, it's too bad, but I really wanted you to get to know her, but I cannot help you. He said, I'm her father. I'm not going to be translating for you. And so, make a long story short, I um I didn't stay there in that bakery too long after that because I got a better offer and another job, better hours, more money, and so I left that job. But I used to come and visit, people, because I had good friends there, Portuguese people. Everybody was Portuguese there, except one Salvadorian that I got him a job there, and he became my enemy. You know how some dogs bite the hand of the person to feed them. So that's another story. So, like a year later, I came to the bakery and visit, and they told me, say, hey, there was a big wedding last week. I said, really? He said, yeah. Dario married Jimmy's daughter. So this youngest son of the owner of the bakery married this beautiful girl, and I said, okay, good. Dario was a good kid. He was a nice guy, and I know how complains about Dario. He he was like maybe my age, but very mature boy. His brother, on the other hand, Robert, he was crazy, and so both the brothers used to run the bakery, and the father, uh, we, his name was also Jimmy Giacomo. He was from Sicily, Italy. I know he was in the mob, so anyhow, uh, Dario was a nice boy. He ended up marrying that beautiful girl, and it's like 1980, 83 maybe, 84. And Robert was the oldest, and Robert worked the ovens. Dario worked on the table with us, doing bread. They were hard workers. The father was tough. Robert used to make a lot of mistakes. He used to burn the bread in the ovens. They had like a $50 million oven with was a three-decker oven, one, two, three, and it had a table here that when you load all the bread, and it travels through this conveyor belt and heat, and come out of the other side already cooked. So it just moved inch every minute, and it baked on the process. And when it come out on the other side, the temperature was right, and that's what Robert used to do wrong. He used to mess with the controllers of the oven temperature, and the bread will come out burned on the other side and raw inside. So so many stories about my younger years in New York, and how I was blessed that people saw the good in me so many, a couple of like that guy Jimmy. He wanted me to meet his daughter. I had another friend that had three daughters in El Salvador. One would, graduate as a lawyer. Two graduate. I think one graduated as a teacher, and one is a nurse. Back in the '80s, and he did all that working here in the U.S. Help him go to college in El Salvador. And when he left, he went to El Salvador. He told me, he said, Pablo, I want you to come and visit me when you go to El Salvador. And I had three beautiful daughters. They were beautiful. He showed me pictures. And I said, whichever one likes you, you marrying her. And if none of the three like you, well, then it's your problem. But I really want you to be my son-in-law. So that's that. Being so young and being respected by folks that double my age, or maybe more, it felt good. And I've always been like that. I always had, you know, close friendship with people much older than me. Now it's kind of hard because people much older than me, they're either senile or dying. So, I'm 65. I'm talking about, things that happened in my life 43, 44 years ago. So, time don't stand still, keeps on moving. And, here I am, remembering those stories. And, you know, in this farm by myself, um, my wife passed away 5 years ago. And a wonderful person. So God blessed me with him. Best of the best of the best wife and the mother of my kids. She was she was an angel, and God put her in my life to help me, you know, find Him. And but once her job was done in this earth, He took her home, and here I am, still kicking and scratching. So, just a quick story. I got so many stories. I'll touch on more stories as we go along. Talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you for everything. Bye bye.